Hi YouTube, Nicole here. Wanted to do an update on my journey here, which I believe our journey of life. But I also wanted to mention that I've been a bit reflective lately in regards to my surgery, and I guess it's because I came up on my 4th year anniversary, because I had surgery on 5/11/09. If you don't know my story, I began with a weighed-in weight of 380. That was after who knows what I actually weighed at the highest. You avoid the scale when you weigh that much. But I went out on disability for my knees and my obesity way back in November of 08. I had surgery 5/11/09, and that date I weighed 359, or a couple days before surgery. And I maintain a weight now of between 147 and 149. The lowest I ever got was 140, and I didn't look too good then. I guess the purpose of this video is a revisiting of what works and about success with this particular surgery. And it's quite interesting because I recently went into my support group meeting because they've moved, I've moved, but I'm really busy with my new life and helping to take care of Mom and having my daughter home from college, and just trying to stay busy with my limitations that I have physically. And I do that with some really creative outlet, artwork, sewing. I recently did a quilt. I was quite proud of it. I joined a photography group online, and I'm thinking about maybe trying to take a photography class now. Just kind of keeping myself busy with my disabilities. Anyway, in the meeting, actually before the meeting, I went for my nutritional consult, and as we joked and laughed with my nutritionist, I said that I had a need to confess. And I have to say, she was funny because we talked about a few things, and she was telling me that, because she showed me these new yogurt ice cream bars, because I've been making my own homemade sugar-free. Of course, there's NutraSweet in it or whatever, just popsicles or pudding pops or whatever. And she's like, well, you should try these, there's protein in them. And I flipped the box over like I always do with anything new that comes on the market. And I don't like to buy processed foods, but of course Splenda is processed. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, there's 10 sugars in this. I can't have that. And she said, what are you talking about? And I said, oh, well, I never go over 10 sugars or sugar alcohols combined whenever I have a serving of anything. And she starts laughing, and she says, Nicole, you're 4 years out. You can do that now. And I was like, oh, no, I can't. So I guess because I adopted that early on, I've just I never played with it. And the minute I feel funky about eating something, I just won't eat it again. It's like a Pavlov's dog kind of response or something. And then sometimes I'll try to revisit the food at another time, and I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. Right now I'm into this protein wrap that I make into a pizza, and I basically keep it pretty much vegetarian, put tons of portobello mushrooms on it, and green peppers and onions and spices, and then low-fat skim mozzarella cheese on it. But I don't know, it's kind of crazy, because I've been thinking all along that I had to follow that 10-gram rule of sugar in a serving of food with 15 grams of protein no matter what for the rest of my life. But it works for me, and I am successful. Anyway, back to revisiting with meeting with my nutritionist and with the bariatric program. I guess there's some new literature out there about why does weight loss surgery truly work. And we initially, right away, we talked about the vagotomy. And you've noticed, or maybe you haven't, I sniffle a lot, like, when I'm on my videos or whatever. And that's because, whether my surgeon wants to admit it or not, I believe I had a vagotomy. And that's where it comes up where it's some of the symptoms that we receive when we're full, as our runny nose, we sneeze, we hiccup, we burp or whatever, and we know immediately, or I do, I've listened into it, and my daughter's helped me with that tremendously. Stop, 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 because those are my initial symptoms that I've eaten enough, and stop. Because sometimes my head still wants more, and I do that. I still make these larger portions, and I can't finish it. Though there are some days when I can, and that scares me. But who knows what that's all about, whether, your daily routine of going to the bathroom has been fulfilled and so you're a little bit emptier, or what, or your head just allows yourself to push past that full point. But anyway, this literature, and I need to research it, because they're talking about the fact that, yes, we have this tool, this small little pouch, and yes, we have the dumping syndrome. Not everybody has it. I am very sensitive, and my body remains very sensitive, and I'm forever grateful for that. And then plus the vagotomy issue, though, as I said before, my surgeon claims he doesn't do that. But they're now saying that the surgery works because they changed the metabolic process with the RNY. Now, I don't know about the VSG, and I certainly know it wouldn't take place with lap band, but the fact that they're able to reverse diabetes, adult onset diabetics, because I was in a pre-diabetic state prior to my surgery, and of course my hemoglobin A1Cs have been perfect ever since. Well, they were perfect within 10 days of, not perfect, but reduced at 10 days, because it's a 3-month indicator of what's going on. So I'm going to do some research about that, and I'm going to get back with you guys if you're interested, those of you who try to look at this in an intellectual approach on top of the emotional and the spiritual parts of this whole process. But it kind of frees you a little bit, I guess, from the guilt that some people may experience with, why didn't my surgery work for me? Or stop patting yourself on the back because you have been successful. So kind of freeing you up from that a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are successful and you are maintaining a weight loss, and you know what, you guys, is it really about the weight loss? It's about achieving health. And so if our diabetes goes away and our blood pressure issues go away, which, Lord, my blood pressure's so low, your heart rate's lower, your sleep apnea goes away, your stress incontinence, my precancerous uterine state went away because I had a cancer, like a precancerous state established from my obesity. If those things are all being repaired through the metabolic changes that take place, isn't that why we had the surgery? And I have to remember that. I know a lot of people get caught up in excessive exercise, and they're going back to doing protein drinks, and they're going back to only eating salads or restricting calories or whatever. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be mindful of exercise, though I only believe in a gentle exercise, obviously, because that's all I can do. To sit and count calories in, calories out, and to get so obsessed with all that, I dieted myself, as we said. The nurse in my program said, I dieted myself to 380 pounds. I went up, I went down, I yo-yoed, I did all that. Dieting is not the solution. This surgery created a metabolic change for me that has allowed me to use my tool of the smaller pouch, to be mindful of I always said that when we're newbies, it's almost like we're an infant again in learning nutrition and getting back to a healthy way of eating with smaller portions. And someone in the group the other night had said that she's going to buy the best of whatever it is, because if it's going in, it's going to be about quality, because it's no longer about massive quantity. And I've adopted that in my life. And, there are people that I know that have had this surgery that say they didn't have this surgery so that they would have to change the way they ate. They wanted to eat like a normal person. Well, first of all, I'll never eat like a normal person. I'm not normal. And what is normal? And I had the surgery to save my life. And so if I want to live and I want to be there for my grandchildren and I want to be there, or grandchild, and I want to be there for my children and want to live a healthier life than what I was living, then I have a responsibility to follow my program's rules, to work on the social, psychosocial aspects of it, and to be forgiving also of myself when I do make my mistake, because I confessed my little snack that I have before bed every single night, and I actually have it right here in this bed as I'm playing my Words with Friends and checking my email and my Instagram for the last bit of the day. But that's okay. And she said, I'm okay with that because it's measured. It's the same thing. It's like, I call it my treat at the end of the day for following everything that I did. Now, the fact that I still have to use food to reward myself, what a shame, but, you know, some things die hard. All right, I don't know if this was too much of a ramble. I don't know if there's anything you guys can take from this. If you want to take anything from it. Just a lot of thoughts going on. And I guess that comes about with the anniversary of the surgery. 4 years gone. Wow. Whoever thought I'd be sitting here today or laying here in bed today. In regards to my pain issues, still there. Other things are starting to crop up with discomfort, chronic pain issues because of my lack of proper body alignment, and I know that. I still don't take anything for it except for use heat, hot water, you know, in the shower and then in the swimming pool, just to try to keep somewhat of my flexibility. Still petrified about ever even considering having knee surgery, but I actually had a fleeting thought of it the other day. Maybe it's time, but I think I'm going to still wait. Still wrestling with a little bit of depression and bouncing around with my bipolar, going up and down or whatever, but I was finally approved for medication assistance again, so that is going to be a tremendous help. Use your resources. I still go to therapy every single week. I need to do that. It works for me, and I try to keep things simple as I possibly can. All right, I hope this helps someone. Thanks for those people of mine that I've known for the past 4 years that are helpful and inspirational. I think you know who you are. You know, I don't feed into negativity. I can't have those kind of people in my life. They suck me dry. And so I have to surround myself with uplifting things. And it may seem like as my daughters both told me, I live in my own little bubble. But you know what? That's my reality that I try to create. And I've worked hard to create my bubble, and so I'm going to live there. All right. Take care. And again, I'm on Facebook. A little selective there. On Instagram, S as in Sam, A, P. S as in Sam, A as in Apple, P as in Paul, H as in Hello, R as in Red, E as in Elephant, 1964. You know how old I am. And follow me there, because that's kind of a fun thing, looking life in a new perspective through a camera. Bye, guys.